freedom.
iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes.co.za. Orlando Pirates are the MTN8 Finals champions for the year 2023. It's back-to-back championships now in the MTN8 2022-2023. They defeat Mamelodi Sundowns on penalties on the backdrop of a match that arguably could have had 3 penalties, depending on which eye and which perspective you're looking at it from. I always have a general rule with regards to football fans. Football fans don't mind bad decisions for as long as it doesn't affect their club. So, everyone who saw the penalty that was supposed to be given by Kaizer Chiefs against Sundowns, and they were saying penalty, and maybe they are Orlando Pirates fans, they will suddenly, some of them, find a way to not see at least one of these penalties because it affects their team now. So that's why it is a ridiculous waste of time to listen to football fans talk about decisions, because they don't mind them for as long as it does not affect their teams. We watched a game today. Well done to Sipho Chayina as well. This game was negatively affected by the wind and the weather, and well done to people who were in Durban who came out in their numbers, sold out affair. Although the match was affected by the weather conditions, we did see a game as well. A lot of people lost their money in betting because it was a 0-0 scoreline. No one ever predicts a 0-0 in the final. So there will be a few people who benefited from this in terms of betting. People either said Pirates is going to win or Sundowns is going to win. No one was thinking about a draw. Some people would have said over 2.5, which means there will be 3 goals or more in this game. There were no goals in this game, whatever happened in the 90 minutes. So tough luck to the people or the punters out there who were hoping one team or the other was going to score as well. I tried to hint to you, Tso Vilakazi, our analysts both played for Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns as well. I tried to hint to you and Junior. I was telling him on this video that I was trying to tell you guys that these games have been very close. You know, because it's not like, although the strong team, we know which one is a strong team, it looks like it's not. I was cautious, flick of the switch, and then all of a sudden things happen. You know, although even in the first half they could have scored 2. Let's start with your opinion about the referee. So, did you think it was fair today? And then we can move on to the game as well.
Mr. Gio, which one fit?
So.
Ngibulise wena, ngibulise Justice, ngibulise Juna, ngibulise nanemakhaya, ngicela support njalo iDiskiTV. Nje beya nje njalo ngichiki futhi. Mr. Gio, the first half I was okay with him. I was impressed with it so far, so good in terms of the game itself. But second half, hey, Mr. Gio, you know, when certain actions enzakala phambi kwakho and you can't see, I give you a benefit of a doubt because a human being can make a mistake. But now, three actions inside the box, you couldn't even see one. Then it raises questions now to say, because one thing, action 3 that needs to be put there in front of everyone. Then when you decide otherwise, then it shows what it is. But yeah, what else can I say, Mr. Q? The referee decided to go let me rather take this game to penalties and then let whoever wins on penalties.
Yeah, would you rather say like there's, because I can see, I'm objectively looking at this and I'm seeing, okay, because even the one year Chiefs, I said it outright. That was a clear penalty because I'm looking at it with my eyes and I'm being objective. It's a penalty. With these 3, I can see an argument for 1 or 2 of them being penalties, and maybe one. The one way he judges Uchayene was fouled. That's a soft foul, but he has the right. As soon as Shalile goes across, you're giving him a little bit. You give the referee the decision to make. It's if you left the goalkeeper, there's no decision to make. On the other side, I can see how it's a soft foul, but then it's a referee's decision to make. The other 2, the third one for me, I'm like, yo, bro, like, I mean, come on, man, like, what's your justification of that in that one? So what I'm trying to get from you is, you think he messed all of those 3 up. Can you not see the mitigation for any of them? Okay, I can understand why you made this one.
The second one, we can debate about it, and but we're not gonna get a clear answer, because one is, yes, he can say no, but Ushalulile, he went to him. Okay. Question from me is, Ushayine, he was in control of the ball or he was looking for a ball? Because remember that when you give a foul, you need also to justify to say he was in control of the ball.
No,
so they made a foul to him.
I think in that moment, to be fair, that's why I'm saying Shalulile gives the referee a decision to make. It's not about the control of the ball. So even with the Shalulile, you can ask the same question. Ukuthi lento ayenzayo ingaba uyena in control of the ball na, like ungena kuphi emzimbeni ka China, for example. What's your business with the China? Why you see? So you can kind of understand it. That's why I'm saying you're giving the referee a decision to make. He was looking for an excuse. I'm sorry to say this, but Albongile Tom was looking for a way to get himself out. Just like Ulkolopadi, if I'm not mistaken, I said to you that he just turned and ran away. Like he was looking for a way out and he found it. And I couldn't believe how he found it. You saw it actually in that action. Oh yeah, I think I saw Uguti, he was obstructing. You are the first person who saw it here when we were watching. Uguti, maybe there's something. I mean, when I saw it, I'm like, huh? I think he's looking for a way out. And then he got it, like, okay, that's understandable with that one. But with the other ones, you're saying it's blatant. You could have given the other ones.
Mr. Gil, the first one, it's a corner kick. One, I always say, defenders or anyone knows, inside the box, your hands should be here. There was no push. There was no any contact. And then the ball came, and then Mshala something. So for me, when I saw his angle, I think he was more on the left. I will prefer for him to be right in the middle, to see what's happening in life first pole as well as pole. Because for me, it means he couldn't see what's happening in first pole. So that's why his angle was more on the last pole. So he couldn't see Lapaya. You know about linesman for me, Mr. Nkeo, it's so difficult for me to really take them. Sorry to say this, take them serious. Because I would say they're always biased. They decide when to call a penalty, they decide when not to call a penalty. Because if there was no contact to Guye, there was no contact to Guye, Shaila, Gushan. That's a penalty clear. All right, fine. You couldn't see that. That's why that one, yes, it's a penalty, but I'm not happy with his angle of looking at the game itself, because if we rely on linesman, then there's something that's wrong. The linesman, the assistant referee,
is an assistant.
Yeah, he needs to say to him, I see this.
Yeah.
Then obviously, with the trust of a working relationship, me and you, that I need to trust you. When you say this is what I'm seeing, I need to trust you and I need to blow a whistle. But now, if I don't show Guti there's something, definitely it's going to be a play one. And that's what he did. The last one, Mr. Kewa, that one, I will take back to say, there was a push.
Yeah, was all over.
Yeah, no, I just want to, with people now, well, we say, this is right, this is wrong. We say, Kules to Ushalulile pushed Shahin.
Yeah. So
the referee saw a foul.
Yeah.
Ne? Yeah. Fair. That's a foul. Yeah, Bego. Now, Utim kick Ushalulile. What do you call that?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He's looking for a way out to Gule SBN, because if Abungele Tom is good at picking up a contact in the box, that contact is supposed to see, because the team was all over Ushalulile. And if you and not Junior, you saw it. Yeah. I mean, I said, guys, I can't see it. I need to see a replay. I need to see a replay. And as soon as I saw a replay, my heart sank. I was like, oh no, because I knew this is gonna be about referees again. It's not about any team. I couldn't care less which team won here. It's about us talking about the referees. And I keep on saying to people, we don't have a problem of who's benefiting where. Here, we have a problem of incompetence with our officials. And unfortunately, it fuels conspiracy theories. And I don't like it when it goes there, because I would have loved for this game to end up on the pitch. One, on tactics on the pitch. It's the same thing I would have loved for when Sundowns beat Chiefs. I said, that's a penalty. Yeah. You want it to happen there on the field. Give that penalty, Chiefs must go to the final, and that's it. Yeah, and now we are spending time talking about it. If anyone is honest and they care about football, you're not going to see hayi Sundowns yami bayirobhile namhlanje, but then uba uphika the time i-Chiefs, i-Chiefs beyibenefitile ngo-1998. No, your eyes are supposed to see poor officiating, whether yenzeka ku-Sundowns noba yenzeka ku-Chiefs noba yenzeka ku-Pirates or i-Swallows, Chipa United bayivimba goal, like a blatant goal. Swallows player heads the ball, it goes to Roscoe Peterson, he heads it, they say it's offside. Referee is in a good angle to say, he should have been able to say to linesman, I understand your decision, but you didn't see ukuthi le ball le he had to be player ye Swallows with a free kick. He didn't say anything about it. So that's bad officiating. That's one thing that's consistent, is bad officiating. It's not about ukuthi ya benefit le ngo-95, le ya benefit ngo-2010. That's silly and that's lousy as an argument, because it means you don't mind bad officiating as long as it doesn't affect your team. But if you are consistent, objective, you're going to see, oh, this is a poor decision. Yazi bayibamba tso ngesandla ipulukwana sethi beyidlala namazulu. Goalkeeper ibeka ibhola kanje, so he puts it down. Wayipasa i-goal kick, and his defender is not focusing. Umflatele umzele kanje ngomqolo, uyajika udefender, ubona ibhola irola, uyayibamba ngesandla kanje, mara quickly wayibeka phansi. Ulinesman uyayibona ne, it's a penalty because it was a goal kick. Ulinesman uyayibona, they made no decision. They made no decision, and that match ended 0-0. Amazulu was supposed to get a penalty. They miss it, it's up to them. Even today, Sundowns, if they miss it, it's up to them. But you give those people an opportunity for a penalty. It's bad officiating. It's not about any team benefiting or whatnot. Otherwise, we shouldn't listen to people if they're going to start say you're going to see a penalty when it's against your team, but when it's against someone else, you don't see it. Then there's no discussion to be had. Tactically, what were your problems with Sundowns? Tactically, what were your problems with Pirates namhlanje? Mina, I had a problem with the weather, Shem. I was like, hey, you're killing a game, a beautiful game for us. What would you have loved Sundowns to do better? What would you have loved Pirates to do better?
Mr. Geo, to be honest, with the weather, like, I would say both coaches, my plans are very nje nje ubona umuntu ubeka itswayi kuzumoya umoshaya itswayi lingasabonakala. That's what happened in the game, because even when Sundowns nabo bebafavor now umoya, at some point it was also difficult for them to break Iluzani Pirates compared to first half when they had a win against them. You know, it was tough. They've tried their best. They had chances, Sundowns. I mean, 1v1, Ramishishi missed. Well done to China, good save. And then another one, Sharulile missed. But you could see the wind also played a part in that ball. Pirates also last minute, I think couple of seconds in that before he came in Pela, where Usaleng had a chance in that box. Why Zamanga last pole, man? Why line first pole? Swing it. The last pole, that's where the young angle cool, but it's very close. That was, I think, that was the only chance I would say for the Pirates to win them a game. But other than that, they were playing defensively, waiting for those moments where maybe Saleng will do something, maybe Maswanga will do something with Ulipasa. And I said it, with Ulipasa Lapaya and the way Pirates are playing, Ulipasa is not going to give you anything. He's going to make those runs outside, try to cross the ball for who? No one.
Can I just say something quickly? So the best thing that happened to this game was when Sibisi got out, because Olisanda came in. I thought he was phenomenal. His positioning was brilliant. He didn't look like a guy who hasn't played football in 8 months or 9 months. He was brilliant. He was at the right place at the right time all the time. It was a phenomenal defensive performance, because I was saying to you when the game was on, Uguti, it's easy to see a spectacular save Mayenza goalkeeper because it's diving and it's almost a goal. When it's done by a very good defender with good timing, you don't actually notice Uguti. Here, if he wasn't this guy, if in this moment, if he wasn't here in this moment, in this position, it was going to be a goal behind him. And there were maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 moments where he was in this moment, and then boom, an opportunity is gone for Mamelodi Sundowns.
Mr. Keo, I was so scared after a long period not playing, and then you come in as a sub against Sundowns. Because when you're not playing with Nkeo, it's you can have a fitness in terms of training, but the match fitness, it takes time for players to be in that fitness performance. Because for him, I mean, January, and then go February. If I'm not mistaken,
that's
February.
what the commentator was saying.
Yes, February, and then until March, and then you come to the final against a strong team, a team that has got tricky players. They play in those holes, in those pockets. They move around the box. They take shots, inside the box, outside the box, and But well done for the boy. He showed. When you talk about the international player, this is what I would say. Yes, now he's an international player because ungena kwakhe laphaya, if anyone understands the game, this guy saved the team. Before he can even get to Uchai Lapana move. All the deflects, Lapana stopping those balls, being in those right position, those headers, don't force them to go wide because of now he's there. He's very smart and is covering quick on that. So for me, he did very well. And sorry for Uno Zanusibis and I knew me once bahlangane laphana nale ndoda leya, la ndoda abayawa amadoda iyavuka yona, abawi bonke bangavuki. But I hope nothing serious to the boy and he will come back and play. But
congratulations to Orlando Pirates.
izimnyama zakamakhephula sakhephula umuzi kamasipala zawenziwa le but kulikabanana laphana enzansi laphana. Somebody wangihlebela thikim Tso. Yes.
It's a skala so it's affecting weather so. And when we captain the Pirates, we have special projects. So I knew first 10 minutes I'm like, what's happening to the weather? Why is it windy?
Yeah.
There's no so.
Mr. Kewo, sometimes you must always find a way. We sit down and see, okay, what is that can help us? One, to be really honest, there was no way in the normal weather this is a con Sundowns. I'll be honest. No, those guys when the weather is normally everything it's flowing gladly. There's no way corner party. Yeah, we have to samela pasteleni abantini abadala bethu lapha kodwa amadoda amathambo awasukuma amathambo namhlanje azohlangana kuyaphetha man. Basidlile futhi labantu le ekhaya Orlando basidla. So basiphinde futhi namanje ayikhona. So Mr. K, we had to come up with something and yenzakele samphandla no referee waphandleka laphana ngabo next manje
and it's all you see this thing. Abongile Tom is yabona, I always say the other ones are incompetent because they are incompetent. Le yona eka FIFA eka CAF bayithembile. There ukuphandla, so ukuphandla, like you are just deciding whatever happened before the game or whatever, you are just deciding I'm not giving these penalties because the layer in amehle yabona le Abongile Tom ithenjwe na FIFA le. But when we play AFCON games, you are gonna be there. It decided namhlanje ba iyaphandlwa.
No, simshayile Mr. Q, simshayile ngoba manje into ebhlungu. Simshaye ukuthi angabone yonke na even the Sundowns mayenza ama mistake ngoba there was an incident kaMukwena where I thought he was supposed to carry a red card. Yeah. So uphandleke konke nje yabona simphandlile nje ukuthi yazini okubi nje ongakuboni nje kodwa into kumele uyibheke nje egcineni. Siyeke thina sisidecide ukuthi sawina noma kanjani and but Mr. Kewo, I said it naizolo ngathi I'm worried ngamasap ka Roland and I don't know whether uyayibona lento noma ngayibona. I always say it, in all the couple of games amasap wakhe instead of they bayikhuphula game or rather maintain where the other players babekhona, always take it down. And look at what happened again today. Same thing, because Mendieta he had the yellow card, and there was another incident where I thought he was supposed to get a second yellow card and be out. So Masago came in, didn't give you anything. Ulonduzana, Uzungu, nothing. Umkhulisi, nothing. And wafaka no Kekana where Mabuya, you had Murena where you can also put him lapana pambili good kube nguye noshalolile and then umshishi coming from behind, you know, but yeah, imhlulile well done to amabhakaniya, you know, they knew what we just have to sit. Let's wait for the right moment. If we trigger at that moment, we're gonna use it. And China boy, you know, it's not easy to be in your position. Now, why I'm saying this because last game they had to take you out for somebody else that everyone thought Ugut is better than you. You know, and this time around, you know, everyone gave you a benefit of a doubt to say, no, last week it was Lorna, you couldn't do anything, and then now it's your chance also. Show us what is that you can do. And you did very well. I mean, spot on in those penalties. Keep up the good work. Well done, boy.
There you go. Well done to Orlando Pirates. Yeah, we can't, of course, talk about this game without talking about those major incidents. The same thing will happen if it happens tomorrow with different teams. It will be the same as well. Ours is a consistent job of looking at things objectively for the most part. What we said on the Sundowns game that was a blatant penalty. The Chiefs, that was a blatant penalty. That should have been given. Lotolopade ran away from that sin. And today there were multiple moments where he could have given blatant penalties, but the third one was definitely a blatant one. And of course it is difficult because on one hand, you want to congratulate the team for winning the final. On the other hand, you have to do the job and say, oh, well, there were moments. You don't need someone on a Monday night show to tell you that who's a former referee. If you have a set of eyes that are useful, you will see it for yourself. And of course, depending on which side you're on, you're going to lean towards the argumentative side, the debatable side. What highly debatable because of which side you lean towards. Yeah, well, if it had affected your team, you're not going to see the argument party over debatable, but the third one, I don't know what he saw there. He would have to explain. If I was his boss, he would have to explain to me what exactly happened with the third one, because that one deflated me. And spend the time, man, at least, man. It was a mistake, but last start when the Asbas out at us again for Tom. I was Pagamisa, I was pendulela by suspend or another referee. Away, like Bonagalendo. Kho izigqibo ongazenzanga kahle nje mbutho wesisho bakukhona i-red card kaMukwena ongakhange uyikhuphe uzanqunyaniswa ke mntanami uyohlala phansi nangona ke ungoyena okanye ngomnye waba kwididi oliphezulu ku-PSL but namhlanje ukhethe uvala amehlo kwezinye i-incidents. iDiskiTV, Diski Times, World Sports Betting. Thank you for watching us.